I'm in this library watching this so-called soft parenting. Because when your children are walking, can talk, they choose to scream, that's when, back in the day, Mommas would threaten. Skip that. Well, it was a rare day if my mama put me in a corner. A rare day. But the threats will come, but then after will be the fulfillment of the threat if the child didn't do what they were supposed to do. I'm laughing because I wish mine would. I wish mine wouldn't. Oh, he said no. He said no, y'all. I don't know if y'all ever heard of anything called yes. This is doing this to my nerves. Because I wish mine would have did that in public. I wish they would have. And then let me continue to sit in here amongst other people in a place that's supposed to be quiet because they're studying or reading or writing and need to think, and you letting your child just scream and act a fool. My mom used to say, where you show out at, you gonna get woe out at. She fighting with the baby up front, just can't even hold her. My mama told me that. I told my kids, if you embarrass me, I'ma embarrass you. That's what I used to tell my kids. I used to tell my kids that because I wish they would have. When they old enough to talk and walk and do all that, that's when you pat their little leg. That's when you ain't gotta kill them, but when you, that let them know you ain't playing with them. You know, these kids are getting away with everything because the government done made them scared to discipline their own kids. They done made the parents scared to even say anything to them. These parents is running around here chasing their kids and struggling to hold them. The baby running again. She can't even keep her in her arms because she won't stay in her arms. She fights to get out of her arms. And this is the thing, it starts at home. You teach your children at home. We gonna act like we at the library, kids. What do we do at the library? Shh, 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 shh. Do you run? No. Because with one of them fall and bust their head on one of these hard dresses or display stands, then y'all gonna be looking crazy. They're gonna be looking crazy. And this is because they want their way, want something, and not getting what they want, so they start hollering. I'm about to write a book, y'all. I gotta write it. My head is hurting now. I want to go home. It's upsetting and disappointing that children aren't even afraid of their parents. They don't even have the fear of God. Not fear because your parents are abusing you, but because the fear of discipline. Because when you discipline your children, my mama used to say, "Do you want me to get malicious?" That's what she used to say. "Do you want me to get malicious?" I didn't know what malicious was. I used to tell my brother when he was acting up, "Do you want mama to get her malicious?" Because I didn't know what it was. She was saying malicious. But the way she would say it, and the way she would look at me when she said it, I felt I was in danger if I did anything to the contrary of what she wanted me to do. Okay? All she had to do was say it. All my mama had to do was look at me. And I was going to get some act right, you know? I didn't play with my mama like that. She was crazy, you know? In a good way. Somebody laughing at me because I'm talking to my phone. But I'm in here trying to prepare myself for this new school year, and these kids in here acting a nut. I'm ready to go home now. I can't even do it no more. And them teenagers being loud too. Now the old folks talking loud. I can't win. I'll be back. Four times. I thought people was mean when they was like, they don't like seeing kids in restaurants and the airplanes. I mean, I understand. I have lots of children, but they behaved in public. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna try to. I can't. I'll whoop them for you. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it for you. You know, I ain't gonna kill them. All my kids are still alive. And I whoop their butts. 6 of them. 4 of them just graduated. 4 graduated, 2 to go. It feels good when you take your kids in public and people compliment you and say, "Oh, your children are so well behaved." Well, they're supposed to be. Woosah, woosah, woosah. My head is literally hurting. Let me tell y'all what happened to a parent that did not discipline their child properly. Children. The Bible says that Eli, the teacher for Samuel, I think it was, got told that his sons were disgracing the temple of God. They were sleeping with the women at the church and gambling and doing all kind of manner of just dumb stuff, evil stuff at the church. And word got back to Eli. He told them, why y'all doing this? What are you doing this for? I don't care if they're up in age. If you don't do it right, you're not doing it. Because to do it right means your child is going to see the wrong that they did, and they're going to stop doing what they were doing. And they're going to repent, and they're going to stop doing that. But when you don't do it right, they keep doing it and keep disrespecting, and they keep on. This man was a whole prophet, teaching another little boy how to be a prophet. And once God called Samuel's name, he said, he went to Eli thinking it was him. Is that you calling me? He's like, no, go and lay down. Call him again. Say, okay, this time say, Lord, here am I. Speak to me. Speak to your servant. And God pretty much told Samuel that he was going to destroy Eli's sons and Eli for what his sons did. So God holds us as parents accountable for teaching our children and disciplining them properly so that they will stop doing what they're doing when it's the wrong thing to do. So my concern is that back in the day, parents had what was called a village. And that village consisted of the grandparents, aunties, uncles, cousins, older cousins, and teachers. And when children would get out of line, whoever that child got out of line around, the child got disciplined by whoever they were around. And then once the word got through to grandparents, aunties, whoever else in that circle, they was getting it again. So back then, people didn't have this thing of don't touch my kids, because truly it is the hardest thing doing it alone. It is. It is hard doing it alone. I've gotten to learn. My oldest is 22. My youngest is 12. It's 6 of them. It's not easy doing it alone, okay? And so when you think about it, I've even said it myself, don't touch my kids. But why? What has made us as a people feel like nobody can say anything to your child when they do something wrong, especially if they're wrong? They had this thing of saying that Trump was going to take the school back to where the children could get disciplined. He didn't say specifically how. Maybe it's just regular, suspension or demerits or detentions. I don't know what their system is now for discipline when children are doing wrong, other than coloring in a sad face if they do something to show the parents that they were acting up that day, or bringing their little sticks down to the yellow or the red when they're doing wrong. That stuff ain't working on these kids today. These kids are in a whole different time, learning a whole different way to be disrespectful on the internet. They're watching videos because the parents sit them in front of the videos and let them watch these videos, teaching them how to be disrespectful. Because you're not seeing everything your kids are watching unless you're sitting right beside them. And if you're sitting right beside them, 9 times out of 10, you're not looking at what they're doing, you're looking at your phone. So I've been in some situations where there were children that were acting up, and all I did was looked at them. I gave them a look of a motherly look of discipline, like, you know, you're not supposed to be doing that. And the child instantly saw me, and they stopped what they were doing and they sat down. What is that saying? Why couldn't that person that they were with do that, you know? And so it makes me concerned, because when I read that post about Trump bringing discipline back into the school, immediately a parent said, I wish a person would touch my kid because they're going to see me. This is what's wrong with the world. And then the way you said what you said, you cussed and everything, is reason you're the problem. It's the reason these children act the way they act, because they have you as an example. And you wonder why the teachers are having such a problem and they're quitting the education system, because they're tired of not getting the support they need, because the parents are the problem. There should be, if I'm a mother and I see another mother in public and they're having trouble with their child, and all I have to do is stop and talk to that child, because I'm not even gonna hold you. I was the one that would rather talk to my children than discipline them with other methods. I'd rather reason with you and talk to you on an intellectual level to help you understand why you should not do what you're doing. You understand? So this is the thing. I think that mothers should allow other mothers who have a way about them, respectfully, that can help your child to behave in public. If I say, can I help you with him or her? And you see my heart and you see me, because I'm not no big person. I'm a very small person. And you shouldn't get offended. You shouldn't get up in arms. You should be like, yeah, thank you. I wouldn't mind if you talk to them. So people get so offended when you talk to their child, like you don't see your child acting a whole devil in this public. And so my concern is that we all should be able to support one another when it comes to these children, because sometimes you get numb to it. Sometimes you don't even realize it. Like, my kids get loud, but there's a difference between when they loud because they're arguing or loud because they're laughing and playing. My kids laugh and play more than they do all the other stuff. And so I'll take that loudness over that screaming and whining that I just endured. So, yes, I have a concern with this here, America. We need to do better. We need to have a sense of community and a sense of let down your pride and let somebody help you, because apparently you don't know how to do it. And sometimes children act worse for their moms on purpose. I had those too. But when another person can come up and tell your child, you don't want to do that to mommy. Mommy's doing her best to try to help you have fun, or to take you in the store because she got to get some food to take home and cook for you. You need to behave for her. And that's all I have to say. And the child would just do right. They would act better. So, I don't know. Hopefully this reaches the masses of mothers out there. And we need to start letting our pride go and quit saying, you can't touch my child, can't say nothing to my child. Well, keep your child in the house if you don't want them to be seen acting up, okay? Keep your child at home and homeschool them if you don't want the teachers telling you your child is acting a whole heathen at school, but you think they're supposed to get A+. I don't see how that's supposed to work. We have to do better as a generation. I don't care how young you are as a mother. You should not let your child act a nut in the public. You should not let your children be acting up in public. It's not cute, it's not funny, and it's not respectful, because what are they going to grow up to be when they get older? Grown heathens, okay? Don't nobody want to deal with that. When they say spare the rod, spoil the child, what do people do with spoiled meat? They throw it out. You don't want your child thrown out. You want people to be able to palate your child, be able to be around your child and know that they're going to be respectful, not screaming, hollering, cussing, fussing, and all that stuff. You want your child to be seen and viewed as something that complements you, as what you've trained them and given them home training to do, which is to behave in public. So hopefully it reached somebody. We got to do better.